Mr. Secretary and Admiral Pitts, I have a question about advanced procurement, which, as you know, is a critical tool that shipbuilders use to maintain steady supplies of needed parts and equipment and to ensure the stability in the industrial base. And with that in mind, I've been deeply concerned with the decision by the Navy to delay AP for the Ford-class aircraft carrier CVN-82 until 2027. I believe this could severely disrupt the shipbuilding, planning, and construction process and destabilize part of the aircraft carrier industrial base. Can you elaborate on why the Navy chose to delay AP and how the Navy expects to support the industrial base through the planned delay?
So the point you're making about advanced procurement is critically important for us all to think about. One of the things we also found in the 45-day study is that the nature of the supply chain is substantially changed. The level of time that we needed in the past is actually expanded, and we need to think about how we do advanced procurement over a longer period, say 3 years, in order to position ourselves to be able to execute effectively when it comes to doing new construction. Admiral Pitts, do you have anything you want to add in on that?
Secretary Gurdon, my addition would be I agree with Secretary Gurdon. We have found that we need 3 years of AP for our aircraft carrier advanced procurement. And our aircraft carrier is our most potent, flexible flying airfield that we have in our inventory. So thank you.
Well, I would just add that in a recent meeting that I had with the president of Newport News Shipyard, she's pretty concerned about this decision and the impact it'll have on their planning ability and workforce. So I continue to have that concern. It was recently reported that the Navy has spent $1 billion in operations in the Middle East to ensure the safety of navigation in the Red Sea and disrupt Houthi attacks. Can you explain how the Navy is looking to replenish weapon stocks and elaborate on the importance of additional funding from the National Security Supplemental that we will hopefully vote on no later than Saturday for replenishing these stocks?
I would like to thank Congress for getting to that vote on Saturday. We desperately need that supplemental. We've been doing the nation's work and expending those munitions, and we need to put them back where we found them. There's other things going on in that supplemental that are particularly vital to some of these other conversations we've been having around improving the industrial base and getting after how to improve our repair and construction capacity. Admiral Pitts, anything else to add on that one?
Yes, sir, Mr. Secretary. We need to replenish our stocks, and we need to build our production to refill our overall most critical weapons. What our teams did over the weekend was incredible. Did a terrific job, and it shows that the investments that we've made over the last 10 years have paid off, both in weapons and in training. And there's 3 ways that we're going to refill these stocks. One is the supplemental that the Secretary asked for to give us funding so that we can start procuring, and we can start recertifying some weapons that are just not usable today and turn them into combat usable weapons. And that will return back to the fleet in a much shorter time period than the actual production procurement itself. But we need both.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
The recent efforts to limit the impact of Houthi attacks on marine routes illustrate a glaring mismatch in our capabilities versus some of those of our adversaries. Can you, in the 36 seconds left, tell us how the department is working to develop cheaper and more efficient systems that can successfully deliver defense at more sustainable and affordable costs?
Yes, ma'am. We are examining multiple options. In the near term, it's kinetic options that we could fit into this layered defense system. It won't replace our longer range missiles, but it could fit into a layered defense system to turn that cost curve. And longer term, we're looking at directed energy options. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chair. I yield back.